Picture this. A man stands in a doorway, fist raised to knock, and then lowers it without a word. He's rehearsed this confrontation for 3 days. And somehow, walking away feels stronger than anything he could have said. That's the strange power you're about to learn. 10 habits that turn manipulators, liars, and bullies into people who quietly back away from you. Stick around for habit 7. It's the one almost nobody teaches, and it's the most unsettling of all. Ancient Rome had no shortage of cruelty. Senators stabbed each other in the back daily, sometimes literally. Yet a handful of men walked through that chaos completely unshaken. Cato the Younger once stood in the Senate while his enemies mocked him to his face, and he simply kept reading his scroll. Not out of arrogance, out of mastery. If you're done being someone's emotional vending machine, done watching difficult people get exactly the reaction they came for, this video rewires how you respond to every single one of them. Let's get into it. Habit 1. Stop explaining yourself. Imagine you've just made a decision. Quitting a job, ending a friendship, changing your mind about something small. Before you've even finished the sentence, someone demands, "But why? Explain yourself." Most people obey that reflex instantly, the way a dog sits when it hears "sit." Musonius Rufus, one of the most underrated Stoic teachers, argued that virtue isn't proven through speeches. It's proven through consistent action that needs no defense. So here's the shift. A decision you've already made doesn't require a courtroom. State it once, plainly, and let the silence afterward do the rest. A person who explains everything is auditioning for approval. A person who explains nothing has already received it from themselves. Habit 2. Master your face before your words. Think of a poker table. The worst player isn't the one with bad cards. It's the one whose face announces every emotion before the bet is even placed. Manipulative people study faces the way gamblers study tells. A flinch, a reddening neck, a breath held too long. Each one is information they'll use against you later. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, taught that the wise person responds to the world the way a sturdy ship responds to waves, bending under pressure without capsizing. So when you're provoked, let your face stay still as harbor water. Whatever storm is happening underneath is none of their business. The face that gives nothing away has already won the only round that mattered. Habit 3. Withdraw your energy, not your words. Here's a trap people fall into constantly. They think the cure for a draining relationship is going completely silent. It isn't. Silence can look like sulking, and sulking invites more poking. Instead, picture a phone on airplane mode. It still lights up, it still shows the time, but it's no longer reachable by the outside world. Be exactly that. Reply to the message, show up to the dinner, but stop handing over the one thing they're actually fishing for: your emotional reaction. Presence without investment is the quietest form of power there is. Before we reach habit 7, you need to understand a single idea the old Stoics built their entire philosophy around, one that modern self-help almost never mentions. It's the real reason some people become impossible to manipulate, while others get targeted again and again, no matter how many boundaries they set. Keep listening, because this one rewires everything that follows. Habit 4. Let them underestimate you. There's an old story about Cleanthes, the Stoic philosopher who supported his studies by hauling water at night so no one would see him doing manual labor by day. He let people assume he was simply lucky, simply idle, simply unremarkable. He wasn't building a reputation, he was building a foundation. Quietly, where no one could interfere with it or take credit for it. When you stop narrating your plans out loud, you remove every opportunity for someone to sabotage them before they exist. Let people draw the wrong conclusion about you. Wrong conclusions can't be used as weapons. Habit 5. Detach from their verdict. Picture a judge reading a verdict in an empty courtroom. No jury, no audience, just an echo. That's what someone's opinion of you actually sounds like once you stop attending the trial. Epictetus split the world into 2 piles. Things within our control and things that aren't. Their opinion belongs entirely to the second pile. Your peace belongs entirely to the first. You can't out-argue someone's judgment of you. You can only stop showing up to defend against it. The verdict only matters in the room you choose to sit in. Habit 6. Speak less. Mean. More difficult people often talk the way fog moves, surrounding you slowly until you can't tell which direction is out. Don't wander in after them. Say one sentence clearly and let it stand alone like a single tree on an empty field. I've already decided closes more doors than a 10-minute defense ever could. Chrysippus, who built much of Stoic logic, believed that clarity of thought always produces clarity of speech, and that confusion in words usually reveals confusion still unresolved in the mind. The shortest sentence in the room is often spoken by the person most certain of themselves. Habit 7. The one nobody teaches. Let them dislike you. Here it is, the habit I promised you. Most people carry an invisible contract. I will shrink myself slightly in every room to avoid being disliked. Manipulators read that contract instantly, and they sign your name to it without asking. Imagine tearing that contract in half in front of them, not with anger, with boredom, the way you discard a receipt you no longer need. Cato the Younger was despised by half of Rome's elite and treated it as proof he was doing something right rather than something wrong. The day you stop needing someone's approval is the day they lose every card they were holding. Habit 8. Let time reveal the pattern. A photograph taken in a single second can lie. A photograph taken every day for a year cannot. You don't need to expose anyone. You need patience long enough for repetition to expose them on its own. The same excuse, the same apology, the same broken promise, circling back like a season. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that the truth of a person reveals itself not in their best moment, but in their 100th repeated one. Stop trying to write the exposé yourself. Time is already drafting it, one repetition at a time. Habit 9. Treat your attention like currency. Imagine your attention as a coin purse with a finite number of coins for the day. Every irritated thought about someone who wronged you is a coin spent on a transaction you never agreed to. Seneca warned that we are far more careful guarding our money than our time, even though time is the one resource we can never recover once it's spent. Spend your coins on your work, your people, your future. Let the rest go bankrupt from neglect. Habit 10. Walk away without a final speech. Return to that man in the doorway from the very beginning. Fist raised, then lowered. He never gave his speech. He simply turned and walked down the stairs. No grand exit line, no documented receipts read aloud. The door closes, and what's left behind is just quiet. This unsettles people more than confrontation ever could. Not because you're cold, but because you've stopped writing chapters about them entirely. Some endings need no punctuation. They just need distance. 10 habits. None of them shouted, all of them earned through practice, not performance. The old Stoics never measured strength by volume. They measured it by how undisturbed a person remained while the world tried everything to disturb them. If one of these habits landed for you, tell me which one in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want the next lesson the moment it drops, subscribe now. Until next time, stay calm, stay unreadable, stay unshakable.